Welcome to From Carpool to College, a show for parents who are trying to get ahead or just keep their sanity while navigating the college planning landscape. Hey guys, welcome to From Carpool to College. Tara.
Hi.
Tara, how many books did you bring in the studio today?
Well, you know, we love a bargain, right?
Oh, we love a bargain.
So when it's free and it's on Facebook Marketplace and someone says, can anybody use these college admissions books, success stories, essay writing, I grabbed them all just to see what was there.
Did you show up at some guy's house?
Yes. During the day.
Okay.
In the driveway only.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there an exchange?
Yes.
All right. And what's his deal?
He walked out and he made sure that once I was done with them that I would pass them on. I guess not realizing that they kind of, expire after a few years.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay. I thumbed through them, highlighted a few things, and, got a few laughs, to say the least.
Okay. We're not going to say the names of the books.
No.
Because we don't want to get sued. I feel like I say this all the time. I don't want to get sued. But it's true.
It's true.
Because we don't want to slander any crappy material that could come back to bite us.
That's right.
So what was swimming in your head when you started thumbing through all these books?
Well, I'm always drawn to the anecdotes, the little scenarios. This happened to this kid, this happened to that kid. Just, what were some of the stories that either, caused a kid to break down, start crying, or, jump for joy with their acceptance letter in their hand, right?
Right.
So, just like we believe for our podcast too, we always try to share a story or two that works, because that's, I feel, sometimes where it really kind of hits home, and that's where the learning is, right? So in our episode today, as we were prepping for it, I said, let me see what I can find in regards to the types of admissions.
Oh, types of like rolling admissions, early action, all of those. So it's going to be a vocabulary game today.
Correct. And there's a lot of abbreviations and different, formats for each of them. It does slightly vary according to the year that you look up this information, and also the schools themselves. They put their own little spin on it slightly, right? There's different ways that they vary it as well. But for parents who are just in the beginning stages or who are in the process of the college admissions process, there's a lot out there, and it can be overwhelming in terms of the terminology, right? So the regular decision, early action, early decision 2, rolling admission, the list goes on.
Right. So let's focus on, we should probably set the timer. Let's set the timer.
Oh, yeah.
Because our parents have attention spans and car rides lengths just like us.
20 minutes.
We'll do 20 minutes?
20 minutes is great.
Okay. Listen to the creaks. Here we go. I'm stretching. I set it for 23.
Okay.
Just in case.
That works.
Okay. So parents, listeners, we are going to go through the different types of admissions. It's a little bit of a vocabulary lesson, but the takeaway is when your kid submits the application, when as in what month, what date, really can influence his or her chances of acceptance. And every school, depending on their admissions practices, will be different. But basically they fall into some categories. So we'll go over them. And maybe, which book is this on your lap right now? What is this one called?
Are we allowed to say it?
Oh, no, you can't.
We're not saying it.
See, this is why Tara and I are such a good team, because I'm like, I just forgot about losing my house.
But there are scenarios in the book that are titled IRL, in real life.
Oh, that's what kids say when they talk to predators, right? Online,
Yeah.
like IRL, I'm 13.
Yeah.
But online, I'm 18. Oh, my God. Okay. So college admissions type, I made a cheat sheet so I don't miss anything. And what I'll do is Tara and I will go over each of the different admission types and define them. Nothing too detailed, but parents need to understand when your kid is applying. This is more targeted to our families who have maybe sophomores and especially juniors, because the summer before senior year, the applications pop open.
In August 1st, right?
Sometimes sooner, sometimes July. And sometimes you could even apply as a junior in high school.
Okay.
I know, right? So schools are all different. Depends on what's going on, what the purpose is. But typically, the typical school applications, the Common App pops live August 1st, which means that's when you could start submitting the application in its completion to each college. So let's start with the one that everyone knows, regular decision. So regular decision, and of course there's acronyms for everything and abbreviations. RD, regular decision. That's your standard application timeline. And when a student submits, usually it's between January 1st, January 15th, sometimes February 1st. The submission is zapped over to admissions. Decisions are made behind the curtain, and all the decisions will be released in the spring. So spring could be first week in April, last week in March, mid-March. The deadline for informing a college that you are going to be attending, and that's just saying yes to the dress and also depositing, is May 1st. So really, if we work backwards from May 1st, that's a good frame of reference for parents. So May 1st is decision day. And that's another episode.
That is.
Because high school's on May 1st. I hate it. When my oldest we decided to go to our community college, County College of Morris, CCM, for the first year to get the gen eds out of the way. So his buddies are all wearing like Syracuse, Rutgers, Penn State, and my boy was like CCM, fighting Titans, man, and he was like proud of it, and we're proud of it too because he's graduating early.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of pressure.
There's a lot of pressure, and everything goes up on social media, and lots of comparisons happening.
Yes, for sure. So regular decision, you are looking at January 1st to 15th, and who's that kind of best for? That's best for the kid who they have time to improve their grades. Usually it's a backup. Usually these are your backup schools. Your first choice schools are typically never regular decision because seats are already filled through the earlier application options. Test scores, maybe you want to get your test scores up, but you could even apply and say that you're sending test scores later. So even that, there's some wiggle room. And also you will get the advantage is also to look at comparing financial aid packages. So, for example, if a student applies regular decision to a school that they really don't even want to go to, but maybe the school that they really want to go to, their first choice, is only offering them a certain amount of money, you can use the acceptance of a school that you applied to regular decision. It's like, hey, this school is going to pay me, this school is going to take off $30,000 off the top. Could you match this? So it does help with the financial aid shell game, which is another episode.
That is another episode.
Yeah, and it's non-binding. So if you apply to a school, it doesn't mean that you have to sell your soul.
So there's no fee for
there's no fee. There's always a fee. There's a fee for breathing.
Right. But there's no
like a penalty.
Yeah,
there's no penalty. There's absolutely no harm in applying regular decision if that's for you. I don't recommend putting all your eggs in the regular decision basket ever. In some cases, I've worked with clients who lied to their parents and said that they were working on applications, and then the applications just never got submitted. And these little late birds were calling me over Christmas break. Can you work with my kid? Sure. Is he junior? No, they're a senior. Okay. It's like Ghostbusters, it's like deploy the services and get them help. But that's the regular decision. Now you should be applying early. Students should be applying early. Early action and early decision and rolling are my typical early birds. Let's do rolling because that's fun. I like to compare rolling admissions to going to concerts. Remember this, Tara, as Jersey girls? Remember going to the Garden State Arts Center for concerts back in the day? I mean, we can go now too, but it seems it was so much more accessible and less expensive when we were growing up.
Yeah.
But if you went and got lawn seats, rolling admissions reminds me of getting lawn seats at a concert where you can just like first come, first served type of thing.
Okay.
So you have your cooler, you have your chair, you have your friends, and you go. You line up early, you get in.
A spot. Yep.
Yes. So rolling admissions opens up the gates for admissions early, like July, August. And the applications, here's the cool thing. So applications are reviewed as they are received.
Okay.
And there's no holding back. They'll continually send out their admissions decisions. So if you apply rolling admissions in July, there's a good chance by the first day of school, you've already been accepted and your senior year is smooth as silk because you have nothing else. You're done. You're good. Love rolling admissions.
Okay. So my question about rolling admissions is this format offered to students from universities and colleges that are maybe less, I don't want to say less desirable, but less competitive? Let's put it like that.
Yes and no. Okay. Because the rolling admissions I've seen, there are some that are less competitive. However, I see like bigger state schools. A lot of state schools will do rolling admissions, or they'll call it priority. It's like they're open for admissions. They'll read and make decisions, or they'll read and put you on hold. So there are other tiers of it, but it's not necessarily not competitive. It does. We talked about it earlier that some schools are kind of doing away with rolling admissions because kids are using it as like a second choice situation, and it wastes the seats for kids who really want to go to that school. But there's a book. I'm pointing to Tara's book. There's a book on like every single, like going over. There's a book on regular decision. There's a book on early action. There's so much material. So I'm going to try not to get too granular. So now we're in these earlies, right? So it's rolling admissions. And then when the seats are all filled, you're done. There's no way to know. So if you see a rolling admission deadline of March 1st, your slacker kid is going to be like, oh, it's not due till March 1st. But really, it's like, no, bro, they stop reading and it's filled. So if you show up at the concert at 11:30 and the concert's over at 12, you're not even getting on the lawn, bro.
Right.
So early bird does get the worm with that. And they also will be releasing the financial aid. Typically, they'll release like merit money with those admissions decisions too. So the early bird always gets the worm when it comes to getting merit money. And merit money is the money you get for being a good student, for being just the awesome kid you are with the good grades. So that's rolling. We have the two earlies, early action and early decision. Early action is non-binding. Early decision is binding. So early action, those deadlines are between like November 1st and November 15th-ish. It's non-binding. There is a slight advantage for those highly achieving students ready to roll. And they'll have that peace of mind with no pressure to enroll when they get accepted. Typically, the decision will come out like the last week in December. So again, you're talking about getting all your stuff, all your ducks in a row, getting those applications in, and your acceptance and typically your financial aid information, your package, as they say, will be in the acceptance letter. It's a beautiful thing. Apply early and get that decision, no commitment to enroll. That is early action. Every single client that Tara and I work with typically are going early action. Yeah. If you are going and grinding through your applications, which you should be in the summer, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be hitting the rolling and early action.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're going to take a quick break right now.
Feeling the pressure of school leadership? Ready to make a real impact? Then listen to Control Shift Lead, the podcast designed exclusively for all school leaders. This partnership between AWB Education and Inspired Edification we'll bring you 3 powerful takeaways in every episode. Something you can control in your work, something that will shift your thinking or practice, and something concrete to help you lead your school or district. Get practical strategies and fresh perspectives to empower your leadership journey. New episodes drop on the 1st of every month. Search for Control Shift Lead on your favorite podcast platform and subscribe today.
And we're back.
Now, early decision is a little different. It's a lot different, actually. Early decision will actually strongly boost your chances of getting into a school, because what you're telling a school is, you are my number one. Do kids still say bae? B-A-E? Is that a thing?
Not so much.
Not so much anymore. Yeah. Like any kid who just heard that, like if my kids heard that, they would throw something at me. Like, Mom, shut up.
Well, explain what it means. What does it mean? Do you know?
Before
anyone else.
Before anyone else.
I think.
That's it. Yeah,
Because
before
it's
anyone else.
Yeah.
Right. I'll say it. I don't care. Early decision is your bae school before anyone else. It is your number one. And it is a binding contract, which means parents have to sign a contract, student has to sign a contract, and the school counselor has to sign a contract. And that is with full understanding that if you are accepted, you will attend.
Is this where there was a situation that happened locally where students signed the contract?
Oh, yes. That was one of my...
Can we talk about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Someone that I am familiar with.
Okay. So they signed the contract, but then they did not want to go, and then it ruined the relationship.
Oh, there's a couple of stories.
Okay.
So I thought the one story you meant was with the girl who wanted to go. She wanted to go to American University
Okay.
down in D.C. And she applied early decision.
Okay.
Signed the contract, parents signed the contract, and the school counselor signed the contract. When she got in, she got no financial aid. None. Total sticker shock. And there is a mechanism, allegedly, to get out of that contract if you prove that you can't pay the tuition. Mm-hmm. But the expectation is, no matter what the financial aid number comes through, if you go early decision, you pay full price. Mm. So they ended up having to do a second mortgage on their house, which is horrible. Mm-hmm. I hope by now she's graduated. I hope she has a good job. That's really like,
yeah.
I think she was a poli-sci major too, which is like, you're probably wanting to go to law school. There's another
mortgage.
No, I know. Poor parents are going to be living in a box outside the Wawa. So, but what you were talking about was a situation where a local high school was a kid applied early decision with the contract to a school. I'm not going to say the school because this is a totally true story, and decided not to go, broke the contract. Then the fancy school didn't visit that high school for a couple years and did not accept anyone from the next admission cycle. Nobody was admitted.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad juju. It's just bad blood. Your word is your bond, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're saying you do it, you do it. And early decision will absolutely give you a leg up in admissions. And I was talking to my husband about this. He's like, ooh, it sounds like a shadowy way of just getting candidates who pay full price. I'm like, yeah, I guess maybe it kind of is. I also saw a lot of recruited athletes who were encouraged to apply early decision if they were in a lower tier academically in the recruiting process. And it also is a signal to admissions that it's a sure thing. This kid's coming through from from coach with the secret little handshakes and passes. So that is early decision. The deadline is usually November 1st-ish. And again, very strong boost. There's a second bite of the early decision apple. That's called ED2.
Yes. And
that, if you don't get into your ED1 school, oh, by the way, when you get in your ED1 school, you have to withdraw all your other applications.
You do.
You do. You have to pull them and say, hey, I'm I'm wearing a Marist sweatshirt right now. Hey, Marist, I got into such and such, and I'd like to withdraw my application.
Okay.
Because again, this is just the rules of civility.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to withdraw those applications and let them know so they can give those seats to somebody else who really wants them. And also the financial aid piece. There's a lot behind the curtain going on in the admissions, and we want to be respectful of that.
Right. Exactly.
So, are you showing me this on your phone because you want to talk about it?
Yes.
Tell me. Tara's tapping something on her phone, and I'm like, I have my reading glasses on, and it's too far for me to see. What does it say?
All right. So this was a New York Times article that just came out.
Okay.
I don't have the exact date on it.
What's the headline?
Oh, June 14th.
Okay.
Headline, am I allowed to say it?
Yeah, it's New York Times, right?
Why did Syracuse offer $200,000 deals to teens who had turned it down? And the thought behind it is, by the time the usual May 1st college deposit deadline rolled around this year, this one dad, right, his daughter had already made up her mind that she would leave Georgia and become a Penn State Nittany Lion. But Syracuse University, which had also accepted her, wasn't done with her yet. And what they did was, at first they didn't offer her any merit pay, but then they offered her $10,000 per year discount.
Wow.
Then weeks went by, and then they dangled an additional $20,000 per year.
Oh, bidding war.
So,
off of the top of what was it, like 90 grand to go to Syracuse these days?
I don't know.
80 maybe all in.
But I just thought that was interesting. This is all over social media right now because this was done after the fact, right? So when students are already committed to other schools.
Right, they'll lose their deposit. So you can commit to a school. This is all dirty. I feel we need bleach. Get the bleach. After you put a deposit down to a school, you can go in a different direction. So colleges are getting down and dirty.
Yeah, and they said like about it's $92,000 a year.
92. Wow. 92,000 a year, Tara.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So it's just interesting that, I don't know.
Well, where's the $200,000 coming from? The headline says 200 grand, right?
So I think that they had offered, because the whole idea was that they played chicken, right? So they didn't offer anything. They didn't. And then once students were moving in different directions, then they started to say, wait, come back. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. We'll give you this.
It's like when we go to the Poconos for the timeshare sales. Like, but wait, like you're getting a flat screen TV and 4 days at Split Rock.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, it's just worth a read, but it's also, I guess, interesting to note that there are many changes that are happening within the last few years.
Oh, for sure.
With the universities and, just what they're offering. But I thought that was a huge amount of money to just say, oh, wait, come back. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. I know that the tuition is really high, but still.
I know that's a lot of money. And I don't think it's $200,000 to one person.
No.
Right. So, but that was a misleading headline.
Yeah.
Leave it to the Times. Because I'm like, what the what?
Uh-huh.
But to our point about when you apply, if you apply late, you won't have those options.
Yeah.
There'll be no magical bidding war for
Right.
you if you are applying, says submitting on January 1st.
And if you apply with early decision, then so I feel like both of those are.
Yeah, it's like early decision, you have to really make that decision. This is the college I want, no matter how much the price tag.
Yeah.
Price is independent. That's early decision 1 and 2.
Right.
There's also something called restrictive early action that we didn't talk about, where highly qualified students will apply to the top tier schools. These are like Ivy's, Stanford, and it can slightly boost your admissions chance. It's a November 1st, but you apply to only one school and no other EA or ED private apps. They're private schools. So there's all these different variations of how to apply. But the bottom line is, if you don't pay attention to when those applications are due, there will be disadvantages. We talked offline about direct admit. We talked about different majors. If your kid is going to a school to attend, to declare a major where there's a limited amount of seats, then you better apply early. Nursing, I'm working with a client now for a physical therapy school. Better apply early. 7-year med schools, better apply early.
Right.
Even the hard sciences, because you're talking about a finite number of lab stools, if you will. This is the
Right.
former science teacher in me. So I'm picturing the classroom. You only have a certain amount of space and technology. So think about, these are the influences. Think about your kid. Think about where, think about that college list. Think where their standing is. Is it a reach? Is it just right? Is it a safety? And that, you're going to be applying to schools where the earlier the better, for sure. There's a joke with the admissions counselors, like everything is early action. Everyone's applying early action.
Yeah.
Bulk of their applications are early action. Oh, I just read in one of my professional journals that Northwestern last cycle admitted half of their freshmen through early decision. Half. So half of the admitted freshman class applied binding early decision. So if Northwestern is reporting that out, and you can find this, parents, they don't make it easy to find, but I will tell you the common data set. I'll say it again, common data set. If you Google common data set and the name of a school, it's a compliance reporting system that all admissions, they have to report out. So if you find the common data set, it'll tell you how many kids are admitted during which cycle, and you can really gauge what kind of advantage your kid will have when they choose to apply. The reality is you're going to run buckshot over most of it. Most students are going to be applying early action and regular enrolling. Most.
Yeah, a combo. Right?
Yeah,
Different things.
for sure.
Yeah.
You want to have a diversification of that too. But don't be fooled by the rolling. Just because it says March 15th, don't show up to the Duran Duran concert at 11:30 because you're not going to see them sing. Did I just totally give out my age demographic? But so your takeaways, your early decision is going to have the highest advantage for admissions, but it does remove your flexibility. Your early action is really the way to go. No risk and some gain. Restrictive early action only apply if you're highly qualified and it is your top tier choice. Rolling, space runs out, kids. Early bird gets the worm. And there's open admission also, where they're just like a community college often has open admission, and they're, you could apply the day before school starts.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend that, but you can do that too.
Yes.
So good. Did you have a vignette that you wanted to share? And this she has the book on our lap still, and I see all this ink. What was it, Craig, the boy?
Yeah. Craig.
Let's do it real fast,
Okay,
even though time is out. But we're good. We're still 27 minutes. Yeah, we could do this.
Okay,
Go.
so he decided that, good old Craig decided that he was going to apply early decision to an Ivy League school. And he thought for sure he was getting in.
Oh, sad.
But then he got deferred.
So he got deferred, which means he was dumped. Sounds terrible, but his application was dumped in the regular admissions pile, as if he was just,
Kind of like, they describe it as like a twilight zone, because you just don't know what's happening with it at that point, right?
Right. He wasn't flat out denied.
Right.
So you got potential kid, but you're not,
But the chances, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So basically, just going into it a little bit, he was thrown into the regular admissions pool where he would have little to no chance of getting accepted. So the overall takeaway from that is, when you apply ED, right, you should always
Do you
have...
snicker when you read
Yes.
ED? I do. Like the 7th grade boy in me. I'm like, ED.
You always need to have that backup plan, right?
You do. Absolutely. And you need to diversify the schools you're applying to.
Exactly.
Diversify how and when you apply, for sure. And it's a lot. And this is why most people outsource college planning, because it's not common knowledge. But stick with us, parents. We're going to try to walk you through everything. We appreciate you so much listening to us on our podcast. We are having so much fun on From Carpool to College. I'm Tracy Amadeo,
Tara Horitz.
and we'll hear you next time. Thanks.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, we'd love for you to be a part of our growing community. Please share and follow our show. For those who want to support us further, join our Patreon site. Your support helps us create high-quality content and great episodes. Plus, our Patreon members get exclusive perks like bonus episodes, early access, and behind-the-scenes content that we think you're just going to love.
And now for some legal stuff. The content of this podcast is for informational and educational entertainment purposes only and is provided as is with no guarantee of accuracy, completeness, timeliness, or outcomes. I could keep going, but I will spare you, and I will post this entire legal disclaimer on our website, www.academicmentoringllc.com, under podcast. Tara and I are so glad you joined us today on From Carpool to College. See you next time. Something like that.
Yeah,
Done?
that's good.
Okay, Chris, make that pretty, please. Pretty, please. Make it pretty, please. We were monkeying around with the audio, so sorry if your eardrums are going to bleed.